Howdy everyone, this is Mopbot, this is the Diamond Society, and welcome back to episode number 6. We're over here at my base, and I've done a little bit of work. You can see a few things going on around here. Well, nothing back there, but a few things behind me here. Now let's start off up here. I did end up posting a picture, like I said I would, on Twitter after the last episode of what the ceiling looked like with the glass on it. So you can see from back here a little bit better. You can see how there's 2 layers of glass. You look through the first one, and you can also see the second one. Now I'm not going to say which I like better. I'm not going to give you the results of how it's been going on Twitter, but I want to know down in the comment section, which do you like better? Here it is from the front and from the inside. So yeah, to just kind of absorb it and let me know what you think about that. I could go either way, really, to be honest, so I guess it doesn't really matter if I tell you what I think. But I just want to know what you guys think, so let's go ahead and actually check my armor back on. I just realized I haven't done that yet. So my other small change was this door here, this oak one, and then that one right there. And if we go back here, it's nothing special. This is a derpy little room, and this will be where the minecart loading thing is to take all the items back to the storage system once that is built. And that'll carry all the wood and saplings and everything that I get from this farm. So let's go ahead and now close that as well. So obviously I don't have that built yet, so I figured it wasn't worth putting all the redstone in and then having to adjust it once I actually have the storage room in over there. That'll be coming soon too. I just need to get a few things set up first. And so speaking of, this project that I want to do in today's episode is also going to lead in to doing the storage room. I do need an iron farm, however that's not going to be right away. And before that, I need to have a villager breeder because I don't have that many villagers around here. There's one village here and then another one maybe 100 blocks-ish past that. So I got a little bit of carting to do, but that shouldn't be too big of an issue. So anyway, there's this new path in here, this andesite. And this is going to follow off back here. So for the villager breeder, I obviously need a lot of doors to create the village so that the villagers will breed and then produce babies. So I need to make sure that's far enough away from this here because I've got the 2 doors there, and far enough away from any other building that might use a door, just to make sure that I have enough room around it and so that that doesn't end up breaking in case I ever need it again. So this road here that I put in this andesite, that's going to come along here, and then just keep heading off in that direction up to the edge of the biome, which is somewhere along there, kind of around the base of the hill. It's actually pretty close over here to this hill, but it kind of just slopes back a little bit, yeah, like this, and it just keeps going just a little bit, and then ends up right about here. So it's probably going to come not all the way back here, but somewhere around here. And then I'll have a few minor roads coming off of that that go off to stuff that needs to be just a little bit further away, like this. And so the iron farm, well, it is going to be using some doors, and it's only going to be the one village thing, because obviously, more than that's not going to work around here. This isn't spawn. So, yeah, that'll be fine closer, so it'll probably be more like over there along the edge of the desert. But the villager breeder, that definitely does need to go a little bit further away. And that I'm thinking maybe more like this area here. So maybe like right here, I think I could probably fit it. Of course, I could just cover up that hole to that cave, which maybe I should go explore and definitely get up that andesite. I really do need that. So this should be more than enough blocks away. Maybe I'll even push it a little bit further back to about here. That could be pretty good because then the road will come right around where this tree is here. And then we can just have a little path that goes off and goes up to there. And then from there we can cart them around where we need them. For instance, into the storage area or over to the iron farm. So that's what I'm going to be working on in today's episode. I'll leave a link down in the description to the farm that I'm going to be using. It's by Impulse SV. Pretty standard design. I've used it in previous LPs, and I really like it. It works really well, and it's also pretty cheap, which I definitely have the materials for. If we come back over into this chest here, you can see I got plenty of stuff. So obviously keeping the same theme that I've got going here, I'm going to need just a bit more andesite, I think. But it'll look kind of the same. It'll kind of have the same general structure. I'll be using some of the andesite, some of the acacia wood, stone slabs, and the oak wood, and then probably a bit of cobblestone wall, and then just a few decorative bits of wood and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start planning out that, probably just get the farm and stuff ready, and we'll go ahead and see where that looks after, because, well, for now, I kind of do want to push off carting over the villagers, and well, I'm going to need a few. Alright, I finished the general footprint of it, and it's really small. It's only 9 by 9 on the inside here, so one thing I did notice is that I'm going to need a water source right here, and that's not really a problem. If we come down into this cave here, I still haven't mined that andesite. I'll get to that in a little bit, because that's definitely going to come in handy. So water, no problem at all. Zombies, apparently no problem at all. But I did not bring any iron, and this is also probably really dark for you. But anyway, yeah, so I don't want to run all the way back for just a few bits of iron, so really hoping that I find it either just kind of laying around in a cave like this, or hopefully at a mountainside or something. Although to be completely honest, I have not checked that chest over there, but I'm almost certain I didn't bring any iron over here. So that's kind of a pain because I'm like 5,000 blocks from spawn, and every time I see that I missed something, it's just like, no, facepalm. And that cave might have something in it. I really hope it does. So anyway, this is just the basic layout of it. Like I said, I cleared out the inside here, and this is all going to be tilled land. Haven't bothered to do that yet because, well, no water. So anyway, then all the crops are going to be going on there, and I think I brought over carrots, so then when those grow, then the villagers will harvest it and toss it to each other and breed and stuff, and then the baby runs around and exits out like a little hole in the side or something. So yeah, I'll get all that working, but I gotta figure out the bucket situation first. Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm really struggling to find just a few bits of iron, but you can see that the thing right there is not very far from this village at all, which is pretty neat. Although I've been looking around, just gonna walk through the town here, and I haven't seen any farmer villagers. Now you need a farmer villager in order to harvest the crops and then throw it to the other villager, and then they start to breed and such. However, there doesn't really appear to be any. So either they got killed or they just by chance didn't spawn, which is weird because I think they actually have the highest spawn rate of any villager, and I'm seeing quite a few librarians and quite a few clerics. And what was that? That is actually just a hill. Okay, well, yeah, so it doesn't actually look like there's any villagers in here, unless maybe there's a cave that maybe they walked into. I'm not actually sure if they can do that. However, there is one more village over there, a little bit further. I was really hoping that this one would have worked because I actually didn't see how close it was until I just walked up to it. So I know for sure that there are villagers in this next one down here, but yeah, I'd really like to avoid going down there because it is, well, it's further and you have to cross water too, and villagers are not fun to play with. This is ridiculous. I mean, look at this. There's a butcher, but then there's one, two, three librarians and five clerics in that one building. There are no farmers in this town either. There's a savannah, the second one. I'm on the other side of that, and this is the town that I said. I'm pretty sure that there's one of each again. That there's a farmer here, and nope, I was very, very much wrong. And I think Corp was actually out here blocking off all the things to like save the villagers for me, which was great. However, the village wasn't great to begin with. Is that a dark oak forest? Well, at least I'm close to that, I guess. And it's still raining, which is pretty annoying. This looks really weird in the desert. I don't know, it just seems very strange to me. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I just hope that I've missed a building. Nope, that's the one that mocks me. And that there's just a villager sitting around here. Oh, please, something, anything. Is there one in here? No? Well, ah! Okay, well, I thought I was being really smart here, and I had the two villagers in here, and I was like, great, I'll just build this thing around it, and I'll just let these guys go and then do all the crops. I did leave out one minor detail, and that's that there's no farmer in here. I put the guy out here that I was originally planning on using for the village detection that happened to be the farmer, so that was not the greatest, because now I have to put him in here and get one of these guys out here. So yeah, I mean, kind of thinking. I'm halfway there. This whole thinking process is, well, it's got issues with me. So anyway, I did build these walls around here, and I will get a glass roof on here as well. So anyway, it's nothing too horribly fancy. It's also pretty small. This design for this farm is actually really quite small, which is pretty good. But it also means that, well, there's not a whole lot to it really. And so what I was planning on doing is having a whole bunch of like gardens and stuff around here and making it more grand, because right now, if we come back here, you can see even as we get to right here, this is a really small structure. There's not a whole lot going on. The road will end up being back here where you can see that I've already started it. And that just isn't the greatest, you know. It's not horribly big from back here. There's not a whole lot to it. When I, the vision in my mind, I was like, oh, it's going to be like, like all around here, maybe go up a little bit. I was originally also contemplating putting it up here and having the villagers just drop down like that. Although I decided that this might look pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, well, really small. And so I think the gardens will help make it more grand. And so I'll get to that in a little bit, but I do actually need to finish the farm. I know I said hopefully I'd have that done by now. However, well, that didn't exactly go to plan. As you can see, I am really close, though. I just got to flip-flop those guys and then dig a hole and make a small village. So it's really not bad. Get the crops in there. But I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm trying to kind of plan out where I'm going to be putting all the gardens and stuff. But I'll probably be right around there, and there's probably just a giant circle and then maybe a few extra circles coming off it and maybe play with some different elevation. So this will be pretty cool, but let's go ahead and actually just release one of these guys. And you know what? Actually, I'm not even going to bother doing that. This area is not spawn proof. And potentially they could actually spawn on top of the cobblestone and walk in. Zombies could. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and block these guys off completely. Make sure they're completely safe. Goodbye. Alright, so now nothing should happen to these zombies nothing should happen from the zombies to the villagers unless maybe they hit them from like the corner. Hopefully that can't happen. I know that used to be a thing. I don't know if it still is. But yeah, and I've said it before, hopefully I'll have this thing finished by the next cut. But really, there's nothing to do right now except for actually finish the farm. This has become quite the zombie catcher. They're all like surrounding the villagers there. They can't get in. I'm just waiting for that guy to shoot me off. That would be not very good. Let's go ahead and bonsai! Oh, they're not even worried about me. Nope. 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 There we go. So, I've got the villager down there. We opened the door, but he's not walking anywhere. So, a tip to anyone who's building these, and I did do this myself, which is pretty good that I thought of this, and this is especially good if your villager has already taken some damage. If you put a water bucket right here, and then just let it flow down, and then bring your guy in on rails and drop him, I'm going to stand back a little bit, because that's really loud. Oh, what was that? So, anyway, if you go ahead and do that, then when it drops in, it'll just land on the water, not take any damage. You can swim right back up the water, and then go ahead and close it off with the glass like that. So, pretty cool. This thing is now finished, except for the crops growing, which will just take a little bit of time. I do need to actually put some glass here. Kind of walked out that way, and well, I don't have soak touch. So anyway, I might go in there and bone meal some stuff up too. That's why I haven't replaced it yet. And is that one that's actually missed? Now I wonder how that actually happened. That is very strange, and I think a zombie could actually spawn there. So I might want to get that sorted out really quick. Although, now that this thing is done, all that's really left is to do the gardens. We do need to actually get the villagers out of there, but I'm going to wait to do that until I get the garden around here so I know just where to bring them out. So I already kind of described it, but to go and do just a little bit more detail. That dude, I don't trust you. I'm going to go stand over here. I'm going to get some oak trees around here. I mean, I know they're brown, but like that. But I think they'll just kind of fit in a little bit better than like the acacia would, because there's plenty of them around here. I want to let myself a little bit on the grass just because it is kind of that dead color. And then I want to use lots of flowers, maybe some spruce leaves, I'm not entirely sure. So getting some red will be good, some yellow, and then also some water for the really bright blue, and that sugarcane that's got that really awesome kind of vibrant pasty color. I think that'll be pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get working on that. Hopefully that won't take me too long, but when I work with stuff like this, I just kind of get carried away. So we might get something that's 4 times the size of the farm, which could also be pretty cool, but, well, I guess we'll see how it turns out. Oh man, I think this looks pretty cool. So I did a lot of work around here, and pretty much completely finished it off. So I do need to bone meal up this area. That'll be done between episodes. I actually ran out of bones that I had sitting up in there, which was like half a stack, which was a fair bit of bone meal, and it actually ran out. I probably shouldn't have been bone mealing all the wheat around here. Instead, just, well, using it where it should better be used. But minor detail that'll be added in a little bit, but it probably actually will add quite a bit to the place. Although I am pretty happy with this. Generally follows the kind of theme that I was talking about. Also added in the cactus, which I think are pretty cool. I really like how the dark green pops against the light green. I think that was pretty awesome. And then just kind of hit some water back there for the sugar canes. So a few water baths around here, and then it's just the same thing all the way around, except for the back has one and the front doesn't, because, well, I need a way in here. And we also have a chicken friend, and now no, we didn't get another chicken friend. So, anyway, let me know what you think of this place, how it can improve. And I'll go ahead and probably add it, really. There's probably a lot that I could add to this place. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe. Actually, I wonder... Oh, did I break that? Okay, no, I didn't. I wonder if I could actually get up there. If you do like this, go ahead and subscribe. Anyway, this has been Mopbot. Come on, get up here. And I'm out.